Trying to be strong all of the time is making your cancer journey harder. Most people think that strength is handling everything yourself, not asking for help and not burdening other people. They think it's about pushing through no matter how exhausted you are or overwhelmed you are, or even how scared you're feeling. But after more than 10 years as a stage 4 colon cancer thriver and having supported dozens of people through their cancer journey, I have learned something very different. I'm Catherine, your cancer coach and guide through your walk with cancer. In this video, I'm going to show you the 3 times that asking for help matters the most, why so many cancer survivors struggle to do it, and how asking for help can become one of the most powerful tools in your cancer journey. And by the end, you will understand why asking for help isn't a weakness and what it truly is. So let's get into this. Most people think that asking for help is only necessary when you're having a crisis, but that is actually when it's the hardest. The real opportunities happen in everyday life. Think about everything that you are trying to manage right now. Appointments, work, household responsibilities, and the needs of your family, not to mention nutrition, exercise, your emotions, and your physical recovery. And one of the most challenging is the constant mental load of living with cancer. Many cancer survivors convince themselves that they should just do it all themselves. I know I certainly did when I was going through my cancer treatments. I spent years trying to prove that I was more than capable of doing it on my own. I told everyone that I could handle it and that I didn't need any help. And all that got me was complete exhaustion and a deep sense of loneliness. Because the truth is, support isn't something that you've earned after you've completely burned yourself out. It's something you deserve right now. So you can ask for specific help, like someone to get your groceries or make a meal or drive you to an appointment or even help you with household tasks. The people who love you actually want to help you. They just don't know how. Because just like there's no rule book for how to navigate cancer, there's also no rule book on how to support someone living with cancer. So when you allow those people to help you, you and they benefit. Now let's talk about the place where asking for help becomes even more important. This is where many cancer survivors struggle the most because treatment often creates this strange pressure to prove that you're okay. And what you need to know is that after surgery or chemotherapy, your body is doing extraordinary things in the background. There's a lot of healing happening in your tissues. Your body is trying to manage inflammation, and you're still recovering from treatments and rebuilding your strength. So why feel guilty for asking for help? Why do you feel like maybe you need to apologize if people bring you food or insist on doing chores yourself and just pushing through to exhaustion? I know what it feels like to do that because I did it too. After surgeries, I often put pressure on myself to bounce back quickly, to show everyone I was okay, to prove that cancer wasn't going to slow me down. And what I've learned is this: accepting help doesn't make you dependent on other people. It makes healing possible because every bit of energy that you save can be redirected into your body to support your recovery. So accept the meal, the ride, the help, accept support. It doesn't mean you're failing. It means you're healing. And that brings us to what may be the hardest kind of help to ask for. Before I continue, I want to speak directly to those of you that are carrying things that you just don't know how to explain. One of the things I hear most often from cancer survivors is that nobody understands. And it's true. Unless they've had cancer, they can't really understand what you're experiencing. It's not that they don't want to, it's just that they can't. As a cancer coach and cancer thriver, I have lived through those moments myself. And I have worked with dozens of cancer survivors to help them navigate getting out of just surviving day to day and into a life of living fully and thriving. You don't have to figure this out by yourself. If you're looking for support from someone who understands, someone who's been there and has lived experience of having cancer, Click the link below to learn more about how you can work with me. Now let's talk about the area where survivors need support the most. What other people can't see is the emotional pain that is invisible and easy to hide. People can see your surgery scars, they can see you going to treatments and appointments, but they can't see the fear and the uncertainty that you are living with. They can't see the thoughts that keep you awake at 3 o'clock in the morning. And they can't see your thought that you should be able to handle your emotions on your own. Here's the thing that I've seen so many people struggle with. The emotional isolation that comes from living with cancer can be the heaviest burden of them all. One of the biggest lessons I've learned through cancer is that healing isn't only physical, it's also emotional. And sometimes the bravest thing that you can do is tell someone the truth. Tell them that you're struggling and that you're scared and that you're overwhelmed. And then start looking for safe spaces where you can be honest. This could be a coach or a support group or a therapist or even a trusted friend. Find someone who can sit with you without trying to fix you, because you don't need fixing. You need support. For years, I believed that asking for help meant I wasn't strong enough. Then I realized something. The strongest people I know ask for help all of the time, not because they're weak, but because they're wise. They understand something most people don't. Support creates resilience, and it creates healing. It creates connection, and it creates thriving. The one thing that can make your cancer journey easier is asking for help, because asking for help is your cancer thriver superpower, because you were never meant to do this alone. If you're ready for guidance from someone who understands life with cancer firsthand, you'll find the link below to learn how to work with me in my Cancer Thriver Pathway coaching program. Subscribe for more videos each week on learning how to thrive with cancer. I'll see you in the next video.